Howdy folks, welcome back to the workshop. What I have today now is a small repair on a domestic power washer. Belongs to a friend of mine. He rang me up and said that it's not building pressure and it's leaking a lot of water out or underneath it. I've just disconnected the hose, it's a little bayonet fitting, and taken off some of the little attachments just to make it easier to access. Now, generally speaking, and this happened one of my power washers before, was that I didn't empty it out after using it in the summer or in the autumn, and there was water left at the bottom of the pump or the intake. And effectively what happens then is during a cold spell, the water will freeze and probably crack a connection or push something out of place. So my expectation is this is a Pro Plus 1800 watt power washer. This is the water intake here with a little sort of inline filter on it. And my expectation is that there's something inside just here, or between that intake and the actual pump housing itself, which is either cracked or come loose, or we'll investigate further when we get in there. So fairly straightforward. Power washers in general, they're mainly sort of a bulk as opposed to anything else. All they are is a variable pressure pump. So as soon as they come up to pressure and put pressure to the hose, they switch off and they sort of cut down or idle down, as it were, and then when you press the trigger, the variable pump then kicks in again. And a lot of them have little sort of detergent tanks and things like that in them. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll take off the back and have a look. So I had a look there with the torch, and there's just 4 screws holding the body together. So just a long Phillips screwdriver is what we're using here. Just try and separate it as easily as we can. Okay, that's one. Yeah, just a plastic, a metal screw suitable for a plastic, which is sort of a wide thread generally. Okay, going back to my original plan, I think there's more screws in here than this. There is, yeah. There's 2 more here on the side. Same size screw, good. And in fairness, when you are taking these apart, keep the screws separate. You might have long ones, short ones. No bad thing to even take a photograph, or, I have an inherent advantage there, and I'm actually videoing the process. So I can actually go back and look at my footage and see is there somewhere where I went wrong, or have a review. And I suppose the same lesson would apply to all disassemblies, that especially wiring and stuff like that, that if you are unsure as to whether you'll get it back together or not, having a video of it or photographs is very valuable. Now what I'm looking at here is some type of spring clip holding the water inlet in. So what we'll do now is get a pliers and just pull him out. Okay, so you have a little sort of U-shaped pin there. I should lift off. And I think that's what was holding it on, yes. Right. Right, that's our cover off. Now that we're exposed and we can see our pump we have our switch here. Whether or not we can take the button out, no we can't. It's embedded in there. What we'll do is we'll bring this out to the backyard, we'll plug it in here, turn it on, and see where water's leaking out. Right, I think we've found our problem. And as we can see there's a crack in that section between the top of the pump and the hose outlet there. So that's the bit we need to repair or fix. So hopefully you can get a good look at that. Okay. Right, after trying to unscrew that particular pipe, it's not coming loose. It is turning, but it's not coming loose. So I think it may be some type of press fit. So what we'll do is we'll actually take out the whole housing or the whole pump assembly and see where we get to. Right, here we are now. We're back to our base assembly, and this is our problem pipe here at the back. He does turn, but he doesn't release. So as far as I can see, there is a pin down the bottom, just here. So what we might do is tap out that pin and then try and tap it that way. Right, now this is our piece that's in trouble. It's a bit scratched at the top here, but that's where the crack is and where the leak is coming out there. I can actually see a crack there. It's not really visible to the camera, but I suppose our pluses are we have a part number on it, which is fantastic, and then we'll take a photograph of the serial number of the machine, which is on the back here, Pro Plus, just here, and the part number. And what we'll do then is we'll order a new one of these fellas and refit it and just reassemble.